Well, everyone, and welcome to typography. It's David Atkinson at Glasgow Clyde College, and this is where I'm going to take you through how to order your brochure, your A5 12-page brochure from printing.com. I'll give a few little hints and tips, and we'll have a look at the website, and I'll take you through the process of the brochure. So I'll just share the screen, and there we have the URL you're looking at is printed.com. Let's have a look at that. And we'll just flick through the brochure or through the website and we'll have a little look. There's a lot of items. It'd be interesting to look at this and how you actually prepare things and everything that you actually get printed. And once you get used to using websites like these, you can do anything from business cards to brochures to leaflets. Well, that's the amount of product, calendars, literally everything that they do. And it's all just supplied online. It's delivered to your door. So we'll just have a look at it. We're really interested in brochures. You see the categories, we go to different types of brochures, but we're after saddle stitch brochures. Saddle stitch basically really means it's your staple. Your staple brochure, your standard brochure that goes in, and there's two metal pins either side. So we'll click onto the saddle stitch brochure. It will cost you between £22 to £26, which including delivery. But we're going to be about A5 in size that we're looking at. The more text that you want, the more it might cost you if you add on a little bit. And I'm talking about the different finishes. We'll have a look at those as well. That's a lamination, or it might be a heavier paper. It will all add to the cost. So we're looking at silk, which I like silk. It's straightforward and it gives you the different weights of paper here. Your brochure should be as a guideline. Your inner 8 pages should be about 170 GSM and your cover probably 250. But then it's all down to you. And it tells you everything that you need to know about these. You can do on recycled paper, any wood-free, anything you want, different finishes, uncoated stock papers, anything you really want to look at. It tells you the 4 simple processes, which is really straightforward. Once you've got your artwork finished and completed, in the PDF format, it's a finished PDF, but you need your lecturer to sign off your PDF before he says go to print. Because remember what we've been looking at? We've been looking at you've got to bleed and use your crop marks. And the pages will be individual pages as you're loading and having a look. So that's the general looking at the website. What we'll do is just browse a few papers, which is quite interesting. If you look at that's the most popular. It's a gloss you can have a look at. And it all affects uncoated. Uncoated is really used a lot for stationery, so it can go through printers. Recycled paper. And then you get to special finished pages, the little textured papers. You feel they're not totally flat. And then it's a different type of colour. You can see the different colours that we're looking at the top here. There's even an interesting sort of craft type paper which you can look at. Nice gold, and they just give different effects. But really, what we'll be looking at, a lot of brochures, I like to go on the silk. That's what we'll have a look at. So what you need to do is you've got your PDF ready. So we'll have a look at that. So I'm going to an InDesign file here. I've set one up straight easily. And if you've designed your brochure, the 12 pages, you should have designed it as spreads. Hence why page 12, your back cover, is opposite page 1. This is in InDesign. I've coloured these up so when I save this out as a PDF, you'll see exactly what I mean. And we go down to page 11 is down here. Pages 6 and 7 are your centre pages. Page 1 is your front cover and page 12 is your back cover. So you should have that in design, and you can see I've got the colours that bleed off the edges. And I'll show you very quickly. If we go to this view, you can see that the colour has got to bleed off your edge there. You get the proper bleeds. If I move it like that, we don't have that. So that is wrong. The edge of your paper is this flat line here. So you need to have, you can always double check that with the measurements at the top here, which is -3 and -3. -3 means it's minus, it's off the edge of the paper. So you've got your design and you've got your 12 pages. Again, I'm going to bleed to all of those. Excuse me. And then all you need to do from that is go File, Adobe Presets, High Quality. I'm going to save this out as a PDF. Week 7 printed.com. I usually save, I like to use dates, but the American style, so the latest file comes below the next one. So this is the 3rd of May, A5, 12 pages. What I tend to do, so I'm 100% sure that that file is going to print, is I'll put the printer's initials at the end of the file. That's just a personal thing. So it says PDC, stands for printed.com, because I use a lot of different printers. And if I come back to it and it's somebody else, although I've got the order, it's just a belt and braces. It's just a final check to make sure I'm going to back to the same printer. So I'm just going to put PDC, printer.com, and that's the date, and that's the 12 pages. And that will go in here. I'll put the brochure off. And we'll just save that out. It gives you the standard checkbox that you have a look at. What you've got to make sure, just you go check everything that you're looking at. It's okay if you've got, see, I've got Pantone colors selected there. Digital printing, it's fine to leave them as full color. The best practice would be to convert them to full color, the full color process, but you don't have to. Go to marks and bleed. You need crop marks. I like to put page information on there because it also prints the time that you printed it out. And then this is really important that you put your bleed on here. It doesn't matter if you've got your bleed on your document. If you don't put it when you're printing it out, you're saving it as a PDF, it won't come out onto your document. So that needs to be 3mm. And that should be okay for us. We don't have to do anything else. Now the pro export. Just double check it's not a spreads, it's individual pages. It is not spreads, it's individual pages. Now just export that. And I'll move the InDesign document out of the way. I'll go to my desktop and we'll find it here. Now, inevitably, you can see what problem I've got if I click through here. That's the first page, page 12, page 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to have to change the PDF because page 1 comes first, page 12 has got to come at the end. What we do, we drop it into Acrobat. You can see page 12 comes first. I'm going to look at the page layout. And that's why I covered it that way, so you can see all the page numbers. And you can see how they're split up with crop marks. You click and you drag and you move page 12 to the end. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and that's fine to go to print. And it's all colored, it's all looking great, and that's excellent. So I'll just close that, and I'll save it. And that's my PDF. This is one that I did earlier with the previous students. So again, when I'm looking at these before you send them off to print, I'll be looking at these pages that show the time. I'm looking at the typography. If I can see crop marks and bleed on the edge, and it's got to be perfect, and you will look at that. You can see if you're looking at that, the problem is there, that's his front cover. So this is incorrect. So again, I'll just show you, go through that again. We go into Acrobat. And that is page 12. See, there's not large page numbers on there. It's not as easy to look at that but that is his back cover. And that looks like the front cover there. See? So this is saved out wrong. It might have been set up wrong in InDesign, but page 1, the front cover has got to come up here. And you see, I'm looking at the design, this red and grey, and that's the back cover. So that is now correct. Pages 1 to 12. So you've got to be careful that you get that right on your layout. So we've got that, and that's where my PDF is. I'm just going to leave that there because I'll upload it here. And then you quite simply just go through these 4 steps. Once I've checked off your PDF, it's quite as simple as that. And this is how it works. You just go order now. I have got an account. You don't have to sign in and have an account. There's one I did earlier, and it's giving you a typical price. It adds it up for you. The size, A5. It tells you A5 there. It's giving you the dimensions of A5. That's as a spread. It's portrait. And it will calculate the cost here, and we check all the dimensions and the little check boxes down the side. Choose the quantity. I've done this before, so I would put 6, and it gives you about the same price. I think if you just put 3, and you just click confirm, it's £1 difference. So if you put 4, there's a minimum order basically. It's exactly the same. So I will put 6 in, and we'll get 6 copies of your brochure. We've confirmed that. It's going to cost you that price. And what I'm going to do is click on here to show you with VAT. Prices are shown including VAT, which you've got to pay VAT. There's lots of different heavy quantities that you can go for, like 500 up to 10,000, but we only want 6. And this is what we call digital printing. Number of pages is 12, so you put 12 into there. Choose your paper. Like I said before, you can have a look at all these different types of paper, which ones that you think will look really nice. And you can see them on screen, and you can see they have texture system. So I'm going to the standard silk. And it asks you for the weight of the cover. Now, we've talked about this before. It should be about 250 for the cover of your 12-page brochure. It's 12 pages. And it'll just give you the weights. The other ones are greyed out because they're not available with that silk. If you click onto a different one that might be available, if I just go to gloss or silk recycled, you see it's just telling me that those weights are available. And there's more available. Remember, if you want to get used to the weights of paper, your standard photocopy paper is around about 80 grams. And a business card is nearly 300, 350, 400 grams. So that, and everything we require is in between those different weights. In the pages, we're going to do these on the same stock, but I'm going to make these lighter, 170. So it gives you a nice brochure feel to your brochure. Cover lamination, just do it one side if you require it. Lamination is like a plasticky feel, and you can do it matte or gloss. It's up to you, but I'm going to do it gloss. You don't have to have one of these, and it will affect the cost. It'll add a couple of pounds on, but it is quite nice. But then if you've got a special stock, you probably don't need lamination. So, but I'm going to go for the cover lamination, one side, and I'm going to do gloss. Although I've got a silk paper inside, so that'll give me different textures. In the page lamination, say none. Do not do that. I don't like brochures at all. Then you just click continue. And then it says, I'm showing you the stack of paper. This little sort of pink edge round is what we call it's the red zone. You've got to keep your design out of it. If your design goes over that, if it doesn't fit properly, it won't look right. So they give you a preview, and all you've got to do is grab your brochure. I'm going to grab that one now, and we just drag and we drop onto there. And then it reads the brochure, and you have a preview of what it looks like. If the preview is not exactly what you expect it to be, there's a problem. Don't send it. You see that comes in as page 1, and it even tells me at the top, page 1, 2, and I'll go to page 12, page 12. If there's something that's not quite right, do not send it. And then all you do is put a reference, just put A5 brochure, just go basket. And then you'll get this little check that comes up here. And you check all the different types of paper. You've got the lamination, how many pages, the quantity 6. It gives you the price, including the VAT. There's going to be no extra cost. Where you will have to do it is the delivery, how you want the delivery to come. So if I just, this is what they're going to charge. If I just go to the checkout, then it asks me where I want it delivered. I can select from an address that I've already got in here. And you have to fill those details where you're getting it delivered to. You might be, if you're lucky, you might be able to find a promotion code somewhere. It might save you a little bit of money. And then you just click through these options. And you've got continue payment and summary, just like you were buying anything else off the internet. It's exactly the same as if you were buying from Amazon, if you're buying from here. And you just get it delivered to you. So this would be a couple of pounds for delivery. So it's going to be 25, 26 pounds, and that's how much it should cost you. If you've got any queries, just come back onto us or ask your lecturer, but it is actually as easy as that. Thanks for listening. It's David Atkinson at Glasgow Clyde. We'll speak to you later. Thank you.